Today is October the 29th, 2020. My name is Charles Suter. In the next 5 minutes I'll be presenting to you another topic called Life Skills 103, which is input management. Just as a reminder, I previously presented topics such as Life Skills 101, the importance of processes to goal achievement, Life Skill 102, which is the importance of planning to goal success. Today I'm presenting the importance of inputs to goal success. My main message here is act on what you can control, which are your inputs. The most important factor in the determination of goal success is to supply quality and timely inputs. Planning is important, and so are having good processes. But if you don't act on them, everything else is to no avail. Proposition 1. You can control 100% your inputs, even if you can't control the outputs. For every input, there is a corresponding output. You may not control the outcome of an action, but you can control your inputs. You might not get the outcome you want, but you can learn from what you get. And based on what you learn, you can try again with new inputs. The only factor you can completely control are your actions, your inputs, and the processes for converting these inputs into outcomes. Your inputs need to be managed carefully so that they are chosen with care and delivered at the right time with the right process for achieving the right outcomes. This explains why this presentation is titled Input Management. You have to manage your inputs. Proposition 2. If you don't supply an input, you will never get an output. Now, most people hesitate often to try to achieve a goal, fearing that their inputs will not be sufficient to give them the exact outcome they desire. However, Wayne Gretzky gives you an important insight. He says, you will miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot. If you don't shoot, you won't get any results at all. However, the saving grace is that once you make your first input, you can learn what to do next, given the output that you get. You can be confident that you can deliver whatever inputs you choose to give with certainty. You will get results, but you can't always control what the exact outcome will be. You may not hit the target you intended, but you will get results. So pay attention to your inputs and less attention to the outcome that you can't control. You can only focus on what you can control, which is your inputs. Even if you don't get the outcome you desire, one of the results of taking an action is information on how well your inputs worked or they didn't work. With that information, you can choose how to adjust your inputs and or your processes. This is how you convert inputs into results for your next attempt with a better chance of getting desirable results. Proposition 3. The more and better inputs you give, the more and better outputs you get back. In other words, the more you give, the more you learn, and the more you receive. Good inputs and good processes lead to good outcomes. So by developing good processes and supplying quality inputs, you will succeed more often. The more inputs you provide each day, and the more results and information you gain. Some results may not be favorable and maybe some will, but every result will at least provide information on what you need to do next to move closer towards the outcome you seek. Take enough right actions, these are your inputs, and eventually you will gain the outcomes you seek. My final message here is by managing your inputs, you can improve your odds of success. You manage your life by managing your inputs, which you can control 100%. Every input you provide moves you closer towards your goals and the life you want to live. So every day, decide what inputs you're going to make to move you closer to the life you want to live tomorrow. That's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier, healthier, and live longer.